Did you ever hear me sing bebop versions of songs? Beep, bobby, boop, boop. Bobby, beep, beep, bop. Bop, 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 bop. Boo, beep, 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 bop. Hey everybody, hope you are having a wonderful week. Today I want to talk to you about what it seems like everybody here on YouTube is talking about, and that is the James Charles Tati Westbrook feud. High drama. Now, James Charles and Tati Westbrook, they're beauty vloggers. If you're unfamiliar with what they do, that's their whole deal. Both of them, unique people with huge platforms, lots of influence, and you know, they are not people that we would endorse everything that they do or say, but this moment that they are having is one that I think we need to be talking about. So what happened is Tati was pretty instrumental in helping James rise in the ranks of YouTube and beauty vlogging, really helped him along the way, and recently she put out this tell-all video in response to the fact that he was promoting a brand that is a direct competitor of her brand, Halo Beauty. And then in response to that video, James Charles put out an apology video where he just kind of lays out his side of things and expresses sorrow over what has happened and just sadness over this broken relationship. So in both James's and Tati's videos, they talk about the truth and their feelings in this whole situation. In James's apology video, he explicitly says the truth does not really matter anymore, it's the feelings that do. And in her video, Tati talks about how important it is to share her truths, and that from her perspective, it wasn't about acknowledging what had happened and apologizing for it despite what that might do to his reputation. So you might be thinking, like, why are we talking about this on Real Talk? Why am I bringing this up? I'm clearly not a beauty vlogger. That is not what we talk about on this channel at all. But for me personally, this whole ordeal has been bringing up some important questions and reflections. Most importantly, how willing am I to acknowledge the truth in my relationships? How willing am I to confront reality when it's hard to look at, when I've done something wrong in my relationships? And while feelings are a huge, tremendous player in our relationships, while they do play a major role and we have to be honest about our feelings, we also have to acknowledge the truth. We have to be honest about reality. And ultimately, this is hugely important, not just because our relationships are important, not just because it's nice to be nice to people, not just because we want to protect our friendships, but because Jesus gave us two commandments: love God, love one another. And when we fail in either of those commandments, we fall into sin and live a life that's less wonderful, less abundant, less full than what God has created us for and what Jesus has called us to. When we are brave enough and willing to enter into the mess, enter into our own regrets, our own mistakes and failings, even when those things will harm our reputation or what other people think about us, when we're brave enough to go into that place, we can encounter Jesus there and we can rise with him from those moments. It's always challenging, it's always going to be difficult, but if we are humble enough and willing enough to enter into that place and confront the realities of where we've failed in our relationships, we can acknowledge what we've done wrong, ask Jesus and ask our friends for forgiveness and the grace to do better next time. And when we grow from that, we can live in the reality of what Jesus has called us to, a life of resurrection, a life of abundance, and a life of freedom in which we can love one another fearlessly. Endless layers to this whole conversation, and I can only touch on a tiny little bit of it here in this video. But please comment below. I'd love to chat with you more about the whole situation there, and especially chat with you about what we can learn from this, how this can help us in our relationships and help us as we try to be the people Jesus created us to be, people who love God and love neighbors authentically. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with some friends, let me know what you think about it. Subscribe to our channel if you like more of what Life Teen is doing. We have tons of new content coming at you every single week. Thank you so much for watching this week, and I will see you all next time right here on Real Talk. Ba ba bee bop, ba ba da ba boop, ba 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 boo.